So hi, my name is Savio, and I lead pre-sales for Avaya International. And I'm here to talk to you about our vision and strategy, and I'm really, really excited. So first of all, thank you so much for coming out. Whether you're in Dubai or traveled halfway across the globe, we really thank you. We're honored that you've taken the time out of your busy schedules to spend time with us and talk to us, interact with us around our vision, our strategy, because these things don't happen internally, not anymore. They happen in collaboration with our partners and our customers, because today we're not the only innovators in this room, and we've noticed that we learn so much from these forums, like FCB and everybody else, as to how close we need to be with our customers and what loyalty really, really means, or family in that matter. So the same thing happens now is, we've been on these transformation journeys for the last 5 or 6 years. And every customer that we travel, because we've really got nice jobs where we travel around the globe and we meet many of you all, both partners and customers, and we've all our customers and partners we talk to about are on some transformation journey or the other. And everyone we ask, transformation means different things. They're on different directions. But in the last 5 or 6 years, what we've seen as well is that transformation, like Benjamin highlighted, has happened in silos, because we try to automate things. We try to make things better. But as stakeholders in an enterprise, we've now seen our enterprises grow. Stakeholders own different elements of our technology. And that transformation then starts to get segmented and segregated, and not as holistic as we'd like it to be. But then what we think about, at this ideal time where we are 6 weeks away from the 3rd decade of this 21st century, is I think we need to pause and decide, what does transformation really mean to all of us, and rationalize our transformation. And this is where, as Avaya, we're beginning to see that as we move into the next year or the next decade of sorts, I don't think the trends are going to change. They're going to morph. They're going to develop or elevate in the impacts that they have on us. I think the first thing that we've noticed is security and compliance is no longer top of mind or nice to have. It has become the mandate. It is things that we need to have on the table. It has superseded convenience or ease of use. Being safe has superseded an experience that is intuitive in the last couple of years. The next thing that we're seeing is, although cloud has brought a lot of conveniences, predictable business models, nice adoption models, we're also beginning to see cloud help us accelerate our innovation cycles, drive incubators, and help ideate, fail fast, and drive faster strategies to turn and change lanes. AI, which is everywhere today, is another big topic for us. And something interesting that I'm beginning to see again is, as we talk to customers, is AI has gotten very siloed. AI has single intent, maybe multi-intent, but it hasn't gone cross-intent, where it can actually start to personalize or become the persona of the enterprise. Enterprises where you all can depict your culture, your environment, and how you all would like to be perceived outside with your customers. So we're going to begin to see AI scale through orchestration of different artificial intelligence elements. We talk about cloud, and I think that has driven everything as a service. So that's the next one, and that speaks for itself. I think everything that can be given as a service is going to be driven as a service. And these OpEx models are going to just accelerate as we move forward. Mobility, with the advent of 5G, is just going to accelerate what we can do with our mobile devices, how fast we can do it, and how much of content we can receive. I think if Benjamin had to measure how much we scroll 5 years from now, we would be having comparisons with the Burj Khalifa instead of the cathedral in Cologne. Um, and then finally, convergence. I think as the company in real-time enterprise communications, we're going to see a convergence of enterprise comms. Customer experience and enterprise comms and user productivity is going to drive together and become singular. Because, again, it is not about your contact center, it's not about your website or your mobile app that is going to drive personalization or brand loyalty. It is if every employee inside that enterprise has a mindset focused on the customer, focused on fulfilling what the customer is asking for, or just basically driving a personal touch or happiness at the end of the day to drive further loyalty. The other thing that we've seen is there's a shift in how enterprise comms and how our customers are consuming or wanting to consume or drive transformation. And there seems to be a push and a pull of different adoptions. One, we've seen vendors with lots of features and lots of rich features that customers want to adopt. And this is not large customers, this is large and small customers, because every single brand today knows they can differentiate themselves. And brands try to package this feature richness and try to package so that it's easy consumable. But then you've got the other side, where you've got speed to market with API consumption and this new API economy that we live in, where you can deliver digital rapidly. But again, digital rapidly with basic features or feature richness. And that dilemma is pushing and pulling most enterprises in different directions and segregating their experiences in many directions. And it comes down to something, again, our esteemed presenter before me talked about, and that is personalization. Walking into a store that has everything, but it feels like your corner store next door. The store where someone can wish you, knows exactly what you want, knows how you want it, how hot or warm or cold you want it, and deliver everything that you want. And it's not going to come down to profiling of individuals, it's going to come down to individuals themselves. It's going to be very, very personalized and drive that personalization in many, many respects, almost to individuals in every nature and space. So this is where, when we were thinking of GITEX, which has become a way of life for us, we talk about the art of experience. Because even if you take a painter and he paints that same painting again, it is different. And that being, because it's very, very unique, the brush strokes, the canvas, all of those things. And in that same way, we find very, very strong synergies with experiences and how we perceive them. All of us might receive the same experience, but perceive them in different ways. And that is how we see these experiences move along. So as Avaya, we want to show all our partners and customers the journey that we want to take you on. The excitement in the room for us as Avayans is that we've got a very, very clear vision of what we want to look like 3 years from now. And it is quite different from where we are today. So it's going to be an interesting journey for all of us. But we want to show you how, with what we have and what you have and what we've done together, we're going to take you on that roadmap and journey forward. So the first thing we've done is relabeled our whole portfolio to make it look simple and holistic. And it's called Intelligent Experiences, and that's IX for short. And we're talking about it more holistically, not giving it product names, but defining it by capability sets. We're no longer going to talk about, as we move along over the years, because it takes time, because we all develop loyalty to names, but as we move forward, we're going to talk about calling, meetings, collaboration, interaction, analytics. And this is what is going to define exactly how Avaya is moving forward. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. When you look at our portfolio, it is extensive, and many of you all in the room know these names. You'll see them on these charts. You can assimilate and understand where these come from. But our focus in our portfolio is going to help with our DNA and how we've always progressed, is how we seamlessly take you from one product portfolio with the same capability of further enhancements onto the next side. We're unifying our desktop. But the main thing to understand is that our vision and direction is going to be based on our digital-first architecture, which is Oceana. And we know that some of these journeys or transitions are not going to be easy. But one of the things that we've done and we've understood is that transformations are not easy, and so we've made it very modular to adopt. These are no longer big bang migrations of switching off one and bringing on another. What we've done is we've created an umbrella of at least being able to give you seamless presentation layers. So a unified desktop, whether you're using Elite, AACC, or Oceana. The same kind of analytical tools, because, again, we can layer innovation on top and drive that. The surround with our automation tools, whether it be Experience Portal or POM and our outbound strategies. We're enhancing it very, very rapidly. We've partnered with companies to help us enhance our automation tools to further enhance proactiveness and our proactive reach with our customers with list management and campaign management tools. We're going to embed new intelligence and performance scale and simplification to the whole portfolio, and then have layered niche innovations like Teamspace that integrates back office and front office to help the agents with expert knowledge from the back office. We're going to help with business models and cloud as we move forward as well. So, as Avaya, for the last 3 years, we've been delving into AI in very, very strong ways. And just remember, as a company, we're not looking to become AI experts, because we are experts in customer service and user productivity. And we now understand that AI is not everything. But we know that there are multi-facets of AI, and there are elements of AI that we know where they fit in to deliver just that right balance between automation and human interaction. The ability to make it more holistic, the ability to give you any channel, augment any digital channel to enter with your choice and preference, the ability to enhance an agent's discussion with you through performance, or a bot through conversational AI, both through acquisition as well as through partnerships. In the analytical space, we've done predictive analytics. In 2020, these are our 3 focuses, by the way. So we're going to focus on bots, but we want to be strong in that automation and conversational AI piece. So we've partnered with Google from a dialogue flow and a bot perspective. We're driving agent assistance, again, using their AI algorithms that have consumed a lot of data to help assist agents in an automatic fashion in a seamless manner after understanding how the agent reacts to customers and the kinds of customers that he talks to. The next one is asynchronous chat. We all love our WhatsApp, WeChats, Line, and Signal. And this is becoming a preferred channel, especially with millennials around the world, as to the way they'd like to interact with customers. Now, does that mean it's a separate app? No, it's a way of communication. That could be Facebook Messenger, that could be WhatsApp. It can be a number of different channels, and we can embed to help make those channels part of your interaction strategy. Again, using some of our internal cloud platforms, as well as using partners to help us. And then finally, social media. The next big interaction that is coming out is, yes, social media is there, but how do we make it seamless and interactive? How do we mine data to understand our customers more? How do we know what preferences are? How do we know what football teams they like, what foods they enjoy, what restaurants, where they live? That kind of information helps us as enterprise customers immensely drive profiling and behavior. So Avaya is still going to drive AI and these niche plays. And these are the three focuses that we're coming out in the next 3 to 6 months and drive and deliver that strategy on. In our collaboration strategy, now here is where I think I'm going to run really rapidly across, because to Fadi's point and everything else, we've got our team with Brett and team just after lunch. I'd ask you all to come in, and we're going to run live demos to show you the power of many of our collaboration tools live on stage. Not an easy thing to jump through hoops and do cartwheels on stage, but Brett and team are confident enough to drive that, and that's what we see. But in short and in brief, we've got a full suite from our Aura and our Equinox, which is now calling and meetings, which we drive on-premise. We are simplifying, making it cloud-ready to be hosted on any cloud. We've delivered new cloud elements that I'm going to talk about again briefly, like our UCaaS offering and Spaces. Another piece that we created in the field, in discussions with our customers here, actually through EMEA and the APAC. And this is something that you got to understand and shows a change in our DNA, that we've innovated in the field, not from the product house, and that's one space. Although Brett's going to talk to you about it, one of the key differentiators of One Space is it's not focused on collaboration or communication, but focused on the enterprise employee and how we can make his life simpler by orchestrating his tools and his business applications and his communications all in one single pane. So, our first answer to many of our customers, and we all know this, customers want to move to the cloud, but then there's telecom regulatory, there is compliance issues of where's my data being stored. And we've listened to our customers, and we now understand that, listen, they want this on-premise, but they want the benefit of being OpEx. And this is what Avaya is launching today with our subscription services on-premise solutions. So what this essentially gives you is you can purchase on-premise, but all the licenses are OpEx and deliver OpEx, so you can pay monthly or yearly. You can scale 20% higher based on your purchase. The nice thing is it's an all-in-one. It gives you the benefit of assuming you've got perpetual licenses, but then it also encompasses support and seamless upgrades. We've also got value adds with new applications that we're attaching to make it a bit more lucrative for our customers through our subscription offers. And again, we're covering it through the day, so I urge you all to stay in the room and listen to the details of this. Ayman is going to talk significantly about private cloud. Now, this is something that is absolutely unique to Avaya. Most of our customers, and this is where we've grown off, this is where our DNA has been, have been large enterprise customers. When we talk about large, in the US, sometimes we talk about mid-market being up to 3,000. Some of our large customers are at 10, and we have customers that scale to 150. I know of certain customers that are at 250,000 users in their enterprise. And this is where customers that are so complex look for management or ease, to bring ease to this complexity. And this is where Avaya, for about 10 years or so, has been doing a managed service offering for a very long time. And that's our enterprise custom. This is where we look at your base, we identify what we need to do, and we manage holistically end-to-end your communications environment. But with that 10 years of experience, we've also been able to simplify our offering and template it with reference architectures and deliver hosted cloud solutions in a templated version in a ready, what we're calling ready now. I'm not going to go through too much of detail because I'll steal too much of Ayman's thunder, and I'll let him delve into the detail of this portfolio. With all of this, Avaya still has to focus on the future and drive accelerated delivery of innovation, because that's what you all demand. And to do that, with the existing architectures, we've driven digital-first, mobile-first platforms. We're taking it a step further in the next decade. What we're beginning to do, and it's going to start from mid of 2020, and in the next 3 years, reach full maturity, but we're starting from the ground up. We're beginning to build a microservices-based architecture for our real-time UC and CC portfolio. We need to do this to help stay on top of the innovation and the innovation that you all demand, both our partners and customers. This will become holistic if you want to put it on-premise or in the cloud. We're not going to talk about tenanting and multi-tenanting, but adaptive tenanting, where based on consumption, the tenant will scale up or scale down so that when you're in the cloud, you have the ability to consume as much as you need and save costs on your consumption in the cloud. We're using AI in that space. We're also making it very seamless to be hybrid because it's microservices. Half can exist on-premise, the other half can exist in the cloud because it's a singular architecture. Another first that we'd like to be in the market space. Our first launch is called Center as a Service. Now, this is happening end of March, where we launch CCaaS. Another interesting thing is we're launching it in conjunction with Microsoft in the Middle East, Africa, and Turkey region, where Microsoft has seen great value in us launching this as a service. Again, microservices, first launch for delivery, and through the next 6 to 9 months, we're going to ramp up rapidly on the feature sets, both digital, the AI elements, and the automation elements as we bring that to bear. It's going to provide the same feature set and provide very close synergies to our existing portfolio because of where we are with the knowledge and the feature sets that we've delivered so far. Something that you all don't know about, but we've had for a couple of years, is our CPass platform. Now, Avaya's had this for about 3 years, and we've been driving this extensively in the US, Canada environment. This is something that is going to help us drive convergence. This is going to help us drive personalization and rapid adoption of services. In the US, we have burstable SIP services. And what this essentially means is the ability to log in, create an application rapidly with your developer community, and launch it. And when we talk about this, we talk about, all of a sudden need to have an all-employee broadcast, and you'll have 2,000 employees, and you all don't have a platform to do it. And you could create one, build it, consume it, pay for the consumption, and shut it down. No platform needed, no long subscription needed, but you pay for that consumption. You can build an IVR in the cloud and define that for any campaign you're going to have. You all could build large-scale notification services. We have a number of things with our API tool set. As you can tell, 50 different microservices already. And we've got 40 million minutes being consumed on the existing platform. We're launching this in international. And we're going to expose this to our partner community and to our customers so that they can evaluate and drive compelling communications, both real-time and near real-time communications. To show you proof points of what our CPaaS is capable of, we've actually built Avaya Spaces based on the CPass platform. We compiled it, and we built this. And this is our public cloud collaboration platform. We've hosted it in Google across 3 locations across the globe, in the US, in the Netherlands, and in Singapore. For us, Avaya Spaces is a combination of being video-first and superior messaging-centric capabilities. After lunch, Brett's going to run through a detailed demo across this. But essentially, it is seamless, where you can invoke it today from your Equinox application. You don't necessarily need to have your Equinox application to launch it. And in fact, today, hopefully, post Brett's demo, you all can all just download it as an app, free of charge, to use the Essential Edition on your mobile phones. Anybody can use this anytime. We've also got the ability with workflow and messaging to have private chat rooms, private workspaces, where you can have persistent chats, share documents, voice, video capabilities. We have workflow capabilities inside it to manage tasks for owners and drive guest services through it. And by March next year, you will be able to blend your existing conference rooms, huddle rooms, and conferencing devices that you have with us into Spaces and use it seamlessly with our Spaces environment. The roadmap on this is going to be very rapid. All our AI services, like transcription, like translation, recording, bringing AI analytics to your collaboration, are being launched off Spaces in the cloud. So the other thing is telephony from the cloud, and this has been accelerating very, very rapidly. And talking about rivalries between football clubs, but being close and joining hands when it really makes a difference, this is what Avaya has decided to do with RingCentral. We've taken our DNA of rich feature sets, long history in communications and real-time communications, and we decided that, you know what, we can't wait for this wave. We're going to accelerate our multi-tenant voice in the cloud. And what we decided to do is partner with RingCentral. They're a leader in the UCaaS space, and they're driving this with a single instance. But what we've decided to do even further is take our experience, knowledge, and innovate on it. We're going to differentiate ourselves. We're going to develop a new instance called Avaya Cloud Office with specific features from Avaya, with registered devices from Avaya to help accelerate this with our customers looking for a UCaaS play in this space. So this, again, launches in the first 3 months of 2020. So as you can see, we've driven quite rapidly across both our existing portfolio and our cloud offerings. And our journey in the next 2 to 3 years is simple. We want to try and get to the single platform. And although we keep talking cloud all the time, it won't make a difference where this resides. It's going to be container, Docker-based, microservices-based. You could have half in, half out. You could have a multi-cloud strategy that helps drive a multi-experience. You could manage it with us. Or you can just decide to have it all on-premise if you wish. The choices are yours, and I think how we're thinking about it is we're staying objective to let you drive that roadmap and strategy the way you see fit to help personalize your experiences with your customer. That's it from me.